There's a city that never sleeps. Not because its inhabitants don't want to, but because they are afraid of what appears when the lights go out. In 1947, in the underground of a metropolis with no name in any official record, a group of 12 men met for the last time. None of them went home that night. None of them were ever reported missing. Today, you will uncover the conspiracy that shaped the structure of power in modern cities. A truth that governments buried. A truth that still pulses beneath the streets you walk every single day. Stay until the end. Let's start with what very few people know. The great metropolises were not built by architects. They were designed by controllers. Men who understood, before anyone else, that urban space is not just concrete and steel, it is a tool. And every tool has an owner. In the early 20th century, while the world was rebuilding from the ashes of the First World War, a nameless organization, known only by the symbol of a crescent moon above a city in flames, began financing the construction of skyscrapers in 6 countries simultaneously: Paris, Berlin, New York, Shanghai, Buenos Aires, and a city that was erased from every map in 1953. A city that existed, and that vanished. The files that prove this were discovered in 2008 by an independent researcher named Marcus Vane. 3 days after the discovery, his house burned down. 5 days later, his bank account was wiped clean. 7 days later, Marcus Vane ceased to exist in any government record. He didn't die, he simply ceased to exist. What he found inside those files was a plan, not a construction plan, a plan for control. Every city built by this organization followed the same pattern. A central tower, visible from any point in the city. 4 underground axes crossing directly beneath it, and at each intersection, a chamber. What was inside those chambers remains a mystery, but there are clues. In 1971, a construction worker expanding the subway tunnels of a major European capital accidentally broke through an underground wall. On the other side, he found a room, lit, with no visible source of power, with a table, 12 chairs, and a clock on the wall. Frozen at the exact time the 12 men of 1947 disappeared. The worker took a photograph. The camera was confiscated. He was fired that same day. But before that, he made a hand-drawn sketch. From memory, that drawing circulated in restricted circles for decades, and in 2019, it resurfaced at an auction in Prague. It was purchased by an anonymous buyer. For a price no one should have been able to pay. What did this organization want? There are many theories, but the most documented, the most terrifying, points to something simple. They did not want to destroy the cities. They wanted to listen to them. Every building was a receiver, every axis a conductor, and you are living inside one of those receivers without even knowing it. To this day, the coordinates of the 6 original cities form a perfect geometric shape on the world map. A hexagon, with a central point that falls exactly over a region that, on modern maps, is marked only as restricted zone. No government explains why. No journalist who went there ever came back to talk about it. And now we reach the detail no one was ever supposed to know. The symbol of the organization, a crescent moon above a city in flames, appears in 3 places you already know. At the bottom of a banknote you probably have in your wallet right now. At the base of a famous monument standing less than 200 meters from one of your government's headquarters. And in the watermark of a document every citizen has signed at some point in their life. Look for it. You will find it. The question that remains is not whether this organization exists. The question is, what are they still building? And when are they going to switch the system on? You just walked into a place most people run from. The truth is not comfortable, but it is here. If this video made something stir inside you, subscribe, hit the bell, because in the next episode, we will open the files of Marcus Vane, the ones that survived the fire, and you will not want to have missed it.